Hey everyone. Today we expose the gaming industrial complex and its corruption. This is the Thought Arcade.
Hey, welcome back to the Thought Arcade. We are Chris, Daniel, and Elijah. First, we are going to get into some crazy, tragic news that happened just this last week. Chadwick Boseman actually passed away. Our dude, the Black Panther, man. That stuff. Oh my gosh, dude, that
That's crazy.
blew me away when y'all texted me about this, dude. I was so shocked.
Dude, I didn't even know he had cancer. It
I don't
was
think a lot of people knew
yeah, no,
because right before he died, like a couple of days ago, like there were some like gossip articles like why did he lose so much weight? Why does he look so bad? Is it for a new role? Stuff like that. And now they're just like, well, our bad.
Yeah, check this article out from CBS. Boseman was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016. It progressed to stage 4. He was only 43 years old. I don't know, man. Here it said that he did not publicly disclose his battle with cancer before. So he had been filming like huge movies like Black Panther. And then
21 Bridges.
Yeah, 21 Bridges. And he had been doing this back and forth while doing chemo
yeah.
and treatment and stuff, which is, I mean, I have like a newfound respect for this dude, man. Like
Yeah.
having to do all that and then like doing it for the fans, you know what I'm saying? Like still making it happen for the fans, man. It's tragic, man.
I have respect for the fact that like most people that have gone through things like that, they'll mention it really quick or they'll mention it real early on. You know how vegans are whenever they're telling people they're vegan. They do it every like 30 seconds. This dude had colon cancer and didn't tell anybody. The media didn't even know he had it until like everything got released, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And no one knew that it had escalated to stage 4 colon cancer within this year.
And he's young for colon cancer. Like, it's recommended to get screenings at like 50 or plus. Like, most doctors won't see you. They won't do a colonoscopy unless you're 50 or older. So he was young.
Yeah.
And
it's
to be
so
working,
sad, man.
Yeah, to be working on all those movies, and not only that, like the action movies, Black Panther, Endgame, Infinity Wars, like all these very rigorous amount of training he had to go through, the diet that he had to accommodate for not only staying in shape, but for for him to like just be a sustainable life, like that's crazy. Like he's a hero to many cancer survivors, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, man. He definitely didn't make it. I don't know. Some people keep it to themselves. They don't want to seem like a victim or anything like that. They don't want to. They don't want all the sympathy and all that stuff and all the attention that comes around with that. And like I that makes me respect him even more. That he kept that. Like it was his own personal thing. He didn't want to air out all his laundry out, and that's like perfectly cool. Yeah. But it does come as a huge shock when something like that comes out, and it's just like devastating.
Yeah.
But what I'm wondering now is that Black Panther 2. What does that mean for Black Panther 2? That I think Black Panther was Marvel's first like $1 billion movie. Like obviously they wanted to make like 5 more of those things. And then this happens, and it's just so sad because obviously huge star, huge big piece of the MCU and our lives too, our fandom and things like that. He's the one that really I knew of Black Panther, but obviously he was the one that made it all happen for most fans. Kind of an unknown, like not really too looked upon comic, and made it $1 billion movie. So I don't know what they're going to do now, man. That's kind of sad.
This is going to be one of those roles where it's just hard to replace. Like, no matter how you go, like it's going to be hard to, like the same thing with Robin Williams and Genie in the live action film. Regardless of who you cast, it doesn't matter who it is. It's still going to be hard to beat the voice of Robin Williams as a Genie. It's going to be the same thing with T'Challa. Like no one's going to be able to beat him. Like That's our Black Panther, and that will be my Black Panther for as long as I live.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Also, like, this movie not only did a great job of kind of summing or like showing who Black Panther was, but what it did for like the African community or the the Black community. Like it uplifted a lot of them too, and like being able to see a superhero that was very very similar to them in like in terms of a person, like this movie, Chadwick Boseman, he killed it, and it's gonna be hard to replace him.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's Speaking just the shocking factor of it all. Like, it just, one day he's there, next day he's not.
Yeah.
Life is a fleeting thing.
I could literally not believe it. I was like searching for like debunked, like the rumor mill. I was going through. I was like, this has to be a rumor. This has to be untrue. But
because Val showed it to me, and I was like, that's fake. And she was like, no, this is like his page and stuff. Like, this is from like his verified, accounts. Like, this is real. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's probably this is the second most surprising death this year. Second to Kobe, of course. Like,
oh, right.
Kobe, I thought was going to live forever.
Yeah.
Like, Kobe had that, like,
not been kind to any of us, man.
No, not at all. I did see this like little fan fiction that was saying use the Infinity Stones to bring back Killmonger and then have him replace or come in as the new Black Panther. And that'd be kind of cool because I could see Michael B. Jordan doing it as well. Like, I think he did great in that movie.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know, that theory would undo the greatness of what Black Panther is. So it'd kind of be like disrespectful to Chad Boseman.
And also, Killmonger was like probably one of the best villains in Marvel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's it would also ruin it on that aspect as well. Like, all of a sudden you bring this well thought out, very smart villain, and then now he's just a superhero. I just thought it was interesting to think upon.
It's an interesting thought for sure. I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Yeah, because it's just like, they have to make Black Panther 2. Like they first $1 billion thing.
Well, or at least I think already started at least pre-production on it.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have like a script or anything like written out, but I know they started working on it already.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. Like, I would just put it on pause. Yeah. Like, it would be hard to move on, because if you move on and it shows Disney is they're just there for the money.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
saying. And it's not going to be a good replacement, like Chris said, no matter who you put in that role. And Disney just like, okay, let's just move on. And it's like, it was really insensitive, like when they did that with Robin Williams. Like, they were making the Genie movie like a couple months after his death, but they waited until he died to do it.
Yeah.
That's
what I was exactly thinking, dude. Like, as a I guess artist and like the way you look at it, like, I don't think there's anything that you need to do. I think Black Panther was all of these MCU movies are just episodes in a season leading up to Infinity War. You know what I'm saying? It's not even
exactly. Yeah,
it is a standalone movie, but it's just one episode in season 2 of Marvel. So like, you don't need to continue it. I think if they do continue it, which I would put money on it that they continue it, because it was their first $1 billion thing, and they do something. But I don't think they should do it.
I know in Black Panther series, I know that his little sister becomes Black Panther for a little while. And she takes over, and that could be a role that could go forward with that. Yeah. But I know, like, in the lore, there's like, I know in the comic series, like, she becomes Black Panther. I think like his like uncle or something like that becomes Black Panther for a little while he's like incapacitated or something. So you can go different ways, but like, if I'm on Disney's side, like, I'm kind of not touching it, for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Daniel. I think it's a good movie in itself. Like, it'd be fine to just leave it where it's at. Like, just end it there, kind of begin the new wave of heroes. Just as a memorial to Chadwick Boseman, like, that'd be the the nice thing so that we only know the Black Panther as him rather than associating with like many other people.
Yeah, and this spurred me to go watch his other stuff. Like he plays Jackie Robinson in 42, which is supposed to be really, really good.
I found out that he plays James Brown, dude. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he has a James Brown bioflick.
I have to check that out. I saw it on I think I saw it on HBO Max yesterday, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!" Like, I didn't even know that.
His range is like he's gonna be known for Black Panther, but like he's done a bunch of other work that I have to go see now. You know, like I was curious about 21 Bridges, like his most recent film, but now like I'm definitely gonna like go out of my way to go see it. You know.
Yeah, definitely. So since you said that the sister becomes black, I put money on it now, dude, that they make Black Panther 2 and she's the second Black Panther. I'll put money on that, dude. Like I for real that they're gonna make that movie about her.
It would be a logical step for them because that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, money talks, and I feel like I don't know if they would just cancel the legacy there, you know, or be polite and say that that's it for the Black Panther until we find another one later or whatever. I would definitely put money on it there.
And that goes along with like the whole like women empowerment too. So it would be logical in the sense that like it's family. She's also pretty cool in the Black Panther.
Yeah, she's decent.
Like, family or women empowerment. Let's push this along, and then this will probably be the next best thing for Black Panther.
They could get into her backstory too. Like she was also like she's super smart and she's like familiar with her technology and all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of, you know, it's an opportunity. Speaking of which, though, I've never thought of this. What do you think that they would cast Robin Williams as the genie in that new movie if he were still alive?
I knew there was a lawsuit brought on by his daughter about it.
Really?
And and it didn't. I think it settled out of court, but he had like a clause to where like it could basically only be him. But Disney went out of the way to cast somebody else, regardless, for the live action. Like they didn't approach him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, when did Robin Williams pass away?
He passed away like a couple months before the film.
Before the
film came to theaters.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, so
like, he was already in production and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they already passed up on production of casting him and everything. Yeah, it says 2014, August 2014. Dang, it's already been 6 years?
Yeah.
Jeez, dude. My gosh,
that's interesting. I had no idea they would have passed him up. I feel like he probably would. Although I did like Will Smith in Aladdin, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like he's the best part of that movie. The rest of it is kind of average to me. But I feel like Robin Williams still would have been a good genie.
I mean, he's it's like you said, dude, like you can't see Chad, you can't see Black Panther any other way besides being Chadwick Boseman. It's like genie for at least us or me and, you know, my generation. It's like you can't see genie other than Robin Williams. But I was just curious. I didn't know that they I already passed them up.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Anyways, we'll get into our main topic of today, which is playing games on the internet. I play games on the internet all the time, so I'm an expert at this subject. No, I was wondering if y'all are familiar with some of the newer games that are coming, like that are happening right now. One in particular, Fall Guys, extremely popular game.
I've been seeing it, and it's like wildfire right now on Twitch. Magic the Gathering content is now being taken over by Fall Guys because these guys and girls are like, well, I'm done playing this deck. Let's play some Fall Guys. And I'm like, I'm here for the decks, man. But this is a cute game.
Dude, it's hilarious to watch people because this is like one of the best games you can truly just play and troll people with. Like, I don't know.
There's people are already like cheating and like breaking the code for the game already.
Yeah, there are already a ton of hackers. There's a streamer called Tim the Tap Man, and he'll stream it on Twitch and he'll play it and everything. And he's a pretty like famous streamer. Yeah, but he does like Warzone and things like that. but he plays Fall Guys, and it's so funny watching him play because he just freaks out when he loses. And he's played this game several times already. He has like 1 win.
Yeah.
It's so funny to watch.
It took him a while to get a win too. He was struggling for a while. Yeah, there's a watchability to that game, like especially for when you're talking about streaming and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to watch as a spectator, but it also looks fun to play. I mean, I haven't played it, but it looks really fun to watch as a spectator. Especially for the players' reaction and stuff like that. There is one thing I don't like about the game. It's one of the last courses that is played. It's the final round, and it's one just like all the other courses. It's an actual obstacle course, and you go up and you grab the crown. And I feel like that's an extremely just dull way to end like a battle royale type situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you treat it as like it's basically a qualifying.
You treat it as rounds until you get to the last round. Like you start with like 48 or 50 people or whatever, and then you go down to 10.
But then you should do stuff that's like, it's not the same as the qualifying. It's not like, go to the finish line. No, you should like battle it out. Like there's the tails one where you steal tails from people. That actually takes like skill and player to player involvement, or the platform one where it disappears each time.
Yeah, they gotta last on the platforms or whatever.
Yeah, that actually that actually is really great. But there's that one where you grab the crown at the end of this obstacle course, and I just think that's the most that's the trashiest last round to put in the game. That's in my opinion, though.
Yeah, I think it's a bit anticlimactic. Like you have this build up of like going into several different rounds, and each round there's like 25% of the group just being eliminated, and you're the last one to survive. You make it to the crown, and then that's it. It just says you won or whatever. Like that's, you better give me some fireworks or do something crazy.
Or just at least pin us together, or pin the last 7 dudes together, like against each other, instead of whoever is in first wins, and I don't know.
Kind of like the Mario Kart 64, where you had the balloons or whatever.
Yeah.
Have something like that.
Battles,
you grab onto them and you steal a balloon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that could be cool.
Yeah, that's.
Just drop knives. Just drop knives in there. Have them rent it.
One thing I just came up with off the top of my head, like you're falling, right? Like it's Fall Guys. Like do like a fall thing. Like you have to fall into certain. Like you're constantly falling, but you can like move yourself, and you're like falling into certain position or like certain tubes or something that take you certain somewheres. I don't know. I'm just.
I see. I kind of see. I think Mario Party had something like that, except something was falling on you, and you had to like get into the right shape.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You fall down, and you have to make sure you get into the right shape.
Or like your Chansey game, you got to catch the eggs, But like you're falling, and you got to catch something.
That's what Fall Guys is really cool. It's like it's the best of all the Mario Party mini games put into a game. Like that's why we play Mario Parties, for the mini games, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. So that's a really popular gaming trend right now. There is this battle royale craze that I'm like I can't ever get into. What are y'all's thoughts on this battle royale?
It looks fun.
Okay. It's just if you have a whole game around it, it seems boring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as like a game type or maybe a game mode, it's fine.
Yeah.
What is it? Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or I think it's the newest one. Whatever the newest one.
Warzone. Yeah.
They originally released like the single player game, and you would buy the game, and then they released the actual multiplayer like free for all format for free. So you can still play that for free without actually having the game, but it also does have that like single player aspect of it. Yeah. They look fine, but I hear there's just a lot of like hacking and cheating that goes into those.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of hacking. How do people hack these games? What do they do?
Well, because some people get them for so PC gaming is getting real huge, as we can tell by like Twitch streamers.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are playing these like first person shooters on PC, or even like Fortnite on PC. And it's easy for like people who are very like technologically savvy or like code savvy to just kind of like code things their way and like import. It's very easy to edit game models and game files and things like that for all these newer games.
Yeah. Well, I like mods and stuff exist. Like on Steam, you can download mods for stuff. Like I have a bunch of mods on my Total War series.
Yeah.
But like I can't see that happening for something like Modern Warfare.
Oh, that's where it happens the worst.
That's just if you cheat in a game, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
And I'll fight you. Like you're cheating on a game and you're ruining the experience of everybody else in the lobby who's playing fairly and having a good time. It's like people that cheat in Fall Guys. Like their obstacle courses designed for children, and you cheat by floating on top of the obstacle courses.
Yeah.
You defeat the whole purpose of the game.
Or
It's
even
meant
some
for
of them
you to
go even
fail.
faster than normal people. Like they'll have a speed mechanic and they just zoom to the end and it's like, whoa.
Exactly.
Dude.
It's so dumb. You're a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it defeats the purpose of gaming for sure. I'm not a big fan of the battle royale thing. I mean, I feel like I've tried to play Warzone, and it's I guess it's because I'm kind of a casual gaming person, and I feel like the Warzone thing and the battle royale thing is for people who want to grind.
Yeah,
it's like want to get
for-
real good and then just grind everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I've kind of avoided Warfare for the most part, is because it's like that. Like you have to be constantly on your A game the whole time.
Yeah.
Whereas, like a normal like lobby setting, like you just you play an objective, but kind of just play around and stuff.
I think that's like the biggest turnoff for me as well with like these battle royale games, is because there's two legitimate sides to this. You either grind and play for 12 hours nonstop and get what you need, or you pay to play. Like a lot of these have like microtransactions and I like regular just MMO game. Like if it's going to be an online game, it's going to be like a massive like a not a shooting first person shooter, but like a World of Warcraft or an Elder Scrolls Online, because I don't necessarily need to be playing to win. Like it still has the single player aspect within an online community, as to where the war zones, the Fortnites, it's strictly an online community, and you're either out there like grinding, playing, you're a sponsored Twitch streamer or whatever, or you're buying everything you can because you can, and that's how you're good.
Yeah, it was like that with Star Wars Battlefront 2 when it first released. Like EA has this horrible habit of putting microtransactions in everything.
Yes.
And it was like a pay to win situation, and they came out like, no, it's actually free to play. You don't have to pay any money for that. And someone did the analysis like to unlock Darth Vader as a character, and it took 1,030 plus hours. Right. And that's like not spending it on anything else. Like you're saving up all the credits or whatever. You're talking about 1,000 hours to unlock one character, or you can pay $10.99.
Yeah, the fandom definitely like canceled that real quick, dude. They were just like, nah, bro, we're not dealing with your crap, EA. You're freaking
it's ridiculous. And EA has been voted the worst company for 2 years in a row, and it's for reasons like that. Like with the Madden series, like the number one trending tweet or whatever, hashtag whatever, in the last week or so was EA or NFL drop EA and then fix Madden because of all of the stupid stuff that's going on with them.
Yeah.
And to go off your point a little bit, they do the same thing with FIFA.
Yeah. It's just filled with microtransactions.
It's the dumbest thing, because they're like, I get FIFA all the time. Like I can't really complain all that much with EA because I just bought UFC 4 and EA does that. So like I get it, but the thing is I at least have that discipline to know that like I'm not going to spend any money on the microtransactions.
Yeah.
The way EA does it is they drag in those people who do those things, that like the Ultimate Team for FIFA. I don't know. I think it's Ultimate Team, called Ultimate Team for
it's Ultimate Team around the board, and they just like that's the only game mode and stuff that they develop, like the franchise or the classic stuff. Like the reason why people love Madden. Like they're the ones that are complaining because all they do is spend all of their time and energy on Ultimate Team. I did it for 1 year, and I tried not to spend any money on it. And they're like, well, yeah, it's free to play, but it took like 2 hours of gameplay to get one pack.
Yeah.
And that pack's like real mediocre. And it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, so there was an issue a while back with FIFA, and I don't know if the same thing caught on with Madden. Is some country, I can't remember the country, but some
Belgium banned microtransactions overall because they considered it gambling, which it is.
No, it 100% is. I completely agree with their decision to do this. And also, like, I constantly see these like little reports of these kids spending like thousands of their parents' dollars,
right?
On like, these microtransactions for these games. Like, they feel like the only way to win is if they buy all this stuff, and that's an issue because now EA's all of a sudden they might not see it this way, but they're putting the pressure on like the people fans of their games trying to play, trying to be the best that they can.
Yeah, I think EA is definitely a good example of them. It's like when they build games, they look at, okay, how can we put price tags all the way through the game, and they're not actually worried about performance of the game or the actual longevity or how it plays. They first focus on, all right, where can we put the price tags here? Where can we put the transaction here?
Exactly.
I was just like, it's so trash. Like, you're right. The game should be about everyone. Like, make it available to everybody. You know, like make all of the necessary weapons or necessary tools available to everybody, and then people will outplay other people because they're better, and not just because they have more money in their pocket.
Yeah, it's in Titanfall and Respawn Entertainment. Like, that's what they do great. Like, the only thing you pay for on Titanfall is cosmetics. That's it. But everything else is open to you. You just level up through a leveling system by just playing the game, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're good, you get put into ranked matches and all that stuff, you know, and you can play casually on that game. It doesn't matter. Like, because you're still going to end up with all the same products, you know?
Exactly.
And EA and these other huge AAA titles, you know, like they've taken away the single player experience. They rely solely on multiplayer, and they rely solely on these microtransactions. Like FIFA last year, like brought in like $800 million, and like 3/4 of that was just microtransactions, buying little packs or little, you know, cosmetic upgrades and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's ridiculous. And then another thing that I don't like is they keep like EA especially keeps releasing games, and then they're buggy. They have horrible, you know, glitching within them, and then they release a patch, but it fixes like one thing, but then the other thing is, you know, effed up. And I looked into that. It's because, like, for Madden, they used to have an in-house code and simulation that they would build the game on, like for the original Xbox and then the 360. And the game played so much better. But then they switched to the Frostbite engine. And the Frostbite engine is not built for simulation sports. And so you get all of these glitches. The game doesn't even load properly. You know, you have, you know, 300-pound linebackers catching up to a you know, Lamar Jackson, which is completely unrealistic. That doesn't make sense. And then they're like, well, the Frostbite engine is actually designed for Battlefront and for first-person shooters. They're not designed for world building and stuff like that. Because they put it in Anthem, a game that I was looking forward to that, you know, just is garbage.
Oh, and then, it was so horrible. It's a horrible release, man.
And then and so they come in and they fix it, but then they put in DLC. Well, it's $10 for the DLC.
Right.
You know, it's $10 to fix my game. I've already spent $60. By the end of it, I'm going to spend $120 on this game. You know, and it's ridiculous.
That's like the biggest reason why I love all these RPG MMOs, just because of the fact that, like, whenever they release a patch, like whenever Elder Scrolls releases a patch online,
Yeah.
It's mostly for maintenance, and then it's also like a character sort of thing. So if you're this specific class, you'll get boost this month.
Yeah.
Or if you're this specific class, you'll same thing with World of Warcraft. Like it changes monthly. So it's to make it like an even playing field every time. Like you create a new character to fall in line with this, and like it's really cool and flexible. But and that's why I think they do well is they don't just fix one issue and not fix another issue and then also make issues worse. Because FIFA did that too before. It's like FIFA is still on that Frostbite.
Yeah, it's on the Frostbite engine. It shouldn't be on it.
And I've seen I've seen someone shoot a penalty kick and it just slowly roll. And the keeper dove, and it like the ball slowly rolled in the net. Like what? That has never in real life happened. Not even at like a little 5-year-old soccer game. Like what is going on?
Like actual ball mechanics. Like come on, dude. Like, gravity mechanics and stuff, dude.
Yeah. And another experience I had with something like this was Call of Duty World War II when they went back to World War II, and I was so hyped for this. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like Call of Duty 3, Or it's going to be beautiful." That game was like the worst gaming experience I've ever had. It constantly failed to just load because they put in like this Fortnite lobby system. And so every time I go into the lobby, it'd crash. And if it just so happened to manage to load the lobby that I got to load into a game, it took like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then like half the game just wouldn't render. And they're like, "Oh, well, we're going to come back and fix it." You had 2 years to fix it.
You had 2 years to make it. Why isn't it? So what I think, I don't know if this is true. This is just me thinking, but like DLC, like I feel like one day downloadable content for the layman, right? So DLC was like after product of like a really great game. Like games are coming out and they were awesome, and they were like, all right, you know what, these people like the game, like, and we're still working on it currently, let's put out some extra content for them because they really like the game. And then that started turning into, oh, DLC, you mean we don't have to finish the game like completely? like we're gonna update it with more stuff later so we can like push it out earlier without having it the finished product. And I think that's where like the gaming industry is absolutely horrible, especially with EA. Like the Star Wars game, like you said, the Madden games like y'all are talking about, Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield 5 did absolutely horrible compared to other previous their previous titles. I think that it starts with like they have to have a game and have the vision for the game and how it performs and how it is, and pull that like out of a timeline of like 3 years and then make that happen and then release it, and people will absolutely love it. I don't know why these gaming, I just don't know why it's not happening. I think that there's something telling about EA laying off a bunch of people, I think last year. And I think they're also restructuring as of this month. Maybe
I heard that they were restructuring, but it's I know like with Anthem, there was it's not a recent article, but like when it came out, like it was completely different than what the people who were working on it envisioned. And they were working on Mass Effect, and this was like a side project. Like, hey, it was supposed to be like this like NASA sort of inspired survivalist game. And then it just became, like it just became lost. Like that's not what it is like at all today. Today it's just like some like, like an RPG shooter like Destiny. And it's just like a carbon, like you can replace Destiny with Anthem. It's the same game. There's nothing compelling about it.
Or like
I feel like DC.
I was just going to say like Doom Eternal was one where I think the release date got pushed out. And I mean, I kind of don't mind that because when I got the game, it performed just fine. I mean, I don't play the online format. I think it's called like battle mode, but I don't know if that's what they were postponing the game on. But I mean, when I play the story, I mean, everything performed fine. It's a really high performance game. It's a really, I mean, there's a lot to it. It's a really technical game, and I mean, there was no issues. So, I mean, I don't mind as a gamer or a consumer really to postpone release dates too if you need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think Doom Eternal had something right where they brought back the single player aspect, like they put time into it. Which, I mean, you always picture Doom as a single-player game, you know?
Yeah.
We're just going around shooting demons and stuff. And it like watching you play, like, it made me miss, like, I heard, like, the new Modern Warfare, like, campaign is, like, a couple hours. Or not a couple hours, but, like, it's, like, 2 hours and you're done with it. And it's, like, real boring, nonchalant. Compared to, like, Modern Warfare and then Modern Warfare 2, where like the campaign was like 6 hours, like you're invested into these character developments and stuff like that. And it's like a story's being told and you're enacting the story. Like I feel like that's completely gone in gaming unless you're playing like what Chris plays. You know, like my dad and his friend, they play Diablo 3 a lot. And every time like a new DLC comes out for like a new story mode, they go and they hop in and they play and they leave. You know. Yeah. And it's like, what happened to that stuff? I think Twitch was a big part of it. You know, like League of Legends and stuff like that, where like we have to have a competitive side and we have to have a multiplayer side and stuff like that. And I understand multiplayer's probably the top dog of the market, but I mean, there's still people out there like us who want a single player. Like Halo Reach to me is like the greatest story mode you can ever play. You know, like you have characters that you're involved with. You know, it's a great story. What happened to these games? Like where like none of these, like the Call of Duty World War II campaign sucked. It was horrible.
Yeah. And with the rise of battle royales, like you're not going to see that at all.
Yeah, like there's nothing in Royal Bat. Like why am I on this island? I know it's asking stupid questions, but it's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
am I Gerard Butler, fighting for my freedom? Like, what am I doing?
Kingdom Hearts is a pretty solid one.
Kingdom Hearts is solid.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If you can follow along.
Yeah, there you
go. If you follow along.
If you can follow along.
You can probably solve quantum physics.
It is intricate, but like, yeah, I think at this point, the like online multiplayer games, they grew so quickly and so fast, especially with everybody. I think Twitch has kind of led the way with that. Is when people started streaming and getting that attention from all these other people, then you all of a sudden want to play that game.
Yeah,
it's Warzone and now you have your audience playing Warzone as well. And it grew so quickly that everybody else decided to jump on this as well and create these kind of buggy multiplayer worlds where they could still jump in and play, but they're not completely finished. And
yeah,
I miss the single player world just because some games had like very good, like even Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I got it on PlayStation 4. Sure. It was mostly a single player game. It was really good. I mean, it covered the story.
The story. Yeah.
But it's still cool because it's like semi-open world. You get to still go around like the city they live, like the different worlds. And I mean, that was that's probably the most recent like single player game that I've been invested in, and it was awesome. It gave me a lot of time.
Yeah, the only one I was invested in recently was Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2, it was short, but it was a good campaign overall compared, because in the first Titanfall there wasn't a campaign. You really just hopped into a multiplayer game. That's what you did.
Yeah.
You know. And I just like, I miss like the days of like Sonic where you're going through and you're playing, you know, like you just chill, or like Mario World, Super World and stuff. Like you just chilling, you just playing along, or like, you know, even stuff like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
I think we're living in this, like, if it's not, because I'm seeing that the Battle Royale is like top dog right now in the gaming thing.
Yeah.
It's like, if it's not this immersive multiplayer experience, then like, what are you playing? You know, okay, like make another Battle Royale with like flashy more colors or something. And then it's like, but the thing is that the capabilities for those games are amazing. Like you can have like 100-something people in one game. And I don't know, maybe this is a transition period, but or at least I hope so, because what if like we can get a 100 something player experience that has that narrative, that has that storytelling that we are craving in like single player games, like survival modes, or like complete wars where we're fighting like
like you
I
have
don't
like
know,
a
stuff
like an
that.
online campaign type thing where red team, blue team loses, so now they get, or like red team like gives buffs in the next round or something like that.
Oh, you know what I like? The Star Wars Battlefront 2 games. They're kind of like the conquest mode. You have a battle here, and then after that battle, you transition through a ship and then to the enemy's ship, and then it's like another battle, and you're fighting. You're fighting for possession of something there.
Yeah,
and
like
you
the
go back and
original
forth.
Battlefront 2 had that, and it was awesome.
That's great. That has like a narrative. You have an objective. It's a story. Like it is multiple phases to it, multiple players. That's really cool. I think that more games should incorporate that in their multiplayer experience.
I hated Battlefront 2, the conquest mode, for a little bit, because whenever you would go and you would have to, it would be the battle in space, and you would have to fly the little X-wing.
Oh yeah.
For a while, I didn't know how to fly it, so I would avoid every battle in space, and I would let the enemy, the AI, come to the planet that I was on, and we'll battle there. And
my gosh!
And then I learned how to fly, and it was game over.
Speaking of that, there's that new Star Wars Rogue Squadron coming out, and
that looks great.
Yeah,
I mean, that looks like an immersive experience.
Yeah.
Because
they have it's a game mode where it's like their main game mode where you have like a ship, like a capital ship, and then you have like 2 frigates, but you can't just go and knock out the frigates and then to the ship. Like there's certain ways to attack and certain ways to defend. Like that game mode looks great.
The concept, it's like you I don't know. I think we get convoluted with all these games. We have to we have to sort out for the diamond in the rough,
Yeah, exactly.
If I do want to ask you guys a question real quick. If there was one game you keep everything the same about it, but the only difference is that it's now online, what would it be?
Ooh.
Now online?
Yeah, so it has the same like storyline, but now rather than you're doing it single player.
Dude, I would do stuff like Turtles in Time or the original X-Men arcade game. I would do stuff like that so I can hop on a co-op, and play with y'all. Like that's what I would love to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Or even like put like Marvel versus Capcom 2, the best one, on multiplayer. I'm pretty sure like somewhere out there is a way to do it, but that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's tough because I think that like all the games that I'm like pretty much invested in are already in some sort of online format. Besides, besides like a Star Fox gaming thing.
Ooh, Star Fox would be good.
I don't know how they would do that.
The one on GameCube would be fun. But my little brother heard me ask the question. He wants to give his input on
here we go.
which one he would like to make online.
What's up, Andrew?
He's like Pac-Man.
Glad to be a part of it again. Fallen Order, the new Jedi game. You have to. That needs to be.
Oh, that's online already?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's only the single player story mode, and then that's it.
I heard it was a really great game.
That's why it needs to be.
I'm really surprised that that's not a online format.
I was too. I was heartbroken. He actually told me that news.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right. I'll let y'all get back to it.
Yeah.
Bye. Miss you.
So that's one of EA's better releases.
That's the most recent one, right? Fallen Order?
Yeah. And it supposedly has an amazing storyline, amazing gameplay.
Okay, the graphics are absolutely incredible. The story is amazing. The mechanics of all the movement, it's great. Like
I heard it's supposed to be like defensive oriented. Like you got to know how to defend. Like you can't just go bum rush things.
You know how in like the old Battlefront 2, like you're one of the soldiers, and then once you get so many points, you become a Jedi, and then you could just start slashing everything. Barely take any damage. Complete opposite of that.
It's not like that, right? Yeah.
Complete opposite. Like you legit, like even on the normal difficulties, like you have to learn how to like hit the beam at the right time so you don't get shot. Like learn how to do it from different angles, and then things pop up at you.
Like when to use the force defensively, offensively, all that crap. Yeah.
It does a lot. It's a lot more like exploration and puzzle based, but it's still a great game. And I think I kind of agree with my brother there. Like to make that one more online, if they did what they did with the Fallen Order, that they like for Battlefront 2, like the newest one, I feel like it would have succeeded so much more like on the release date rather than like months later.
Yeah, like putting in a co-op mode in games is what's missing. Like it's cool to go online and stuff, but like I'd rather just play a co-op game with y'all than just go onto a Call of Duty chat room and play around.
Get yelled at by
yeah, like the
and
most
they start blocking people.
Yeah, I know.
Muting people,
blocking people. Yeah, like the most you can do with in a co-op sense, like playing online, is doing like a duos or a triple like battle royale thing. That's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, like that's the only thing you can do right now. It's if you're not in a squad and you're going up against squads, like it was kind of like in Call of Duty 2, like if you got up against a clan that was really good, like you're toast by yourself.
I know.
And like that's exactly how it is like in Warzone right now, apparently. Without all the cheating and stuff, now you gotta fight these like these crazy 4 people guys that are all communicating and wannabes and stuff like that. That's not fun. It's not fun.
Just like TikTok has those like houses where they house all their creators, like gaming industry. FaZe Clan is like a big one. FaZe Clan has a house, and they have a house where they all just game there.
Jake Paul's got that house. Team 10.
We had to bring TikTok into it somehow, right?
But you know what I mean? Like FaZe Clan has their setup to where they're all gaming together. They have their 4-man squad in Warzone, and they're obviously able to play.
And they have like a 4th thingy Ethernet cable, and they're all right next to their modems for faster transaction and stuff like that.
They got a poop bucket and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they got a poop bucket.
It's like that South Park episode when they all start getting into WoW. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
No.
Eric Cartman starts yelling at his mom from downstairs. He's like, "Mom, I need food," or some random thing.
I need substance. Brings him a Mountain Dew.
So like Halo Infinite's happening. Like that would be story arc, and it would be multiplayer.
Yeah, Halo's like the perfect blend of story mode and
a good multiplayer experience.
Yeah, like I loved Halo 3's online. I loved Halo 2's online. That's where I, grinded my teeth.
Everyone's already calling for the, Halo Battle Royale on that game too.
I know. And I think they said they weren't doing it, but I'm pretty sure they're working on it. I'm pretty sure that's why it got delayed.
That's I think so.
Not COVID, not people complaining that he has a grapple hook or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
not
like
not the brute guy in the face of the brute guy.
The awesome part with Halo is not only like the online play and you can play with multiple people, but you can do the story mode with like a co-op.
Yeah, like some of my greatest memories are playing Halo 2 on Legendary with my brother, or like being online and playing with Daniel for Halo 3 and Halo 4's campaign,
Yeah.
Right.
We did this. Me and my little brother did the same thing. We would do Halo 3, and then we would play the story mode on like the hardest difficulties. And then once we're done with that, we'll get online and we'll play online.
Yeah, it's like for Call of Duty like 2 and 3, like the story mode like prepared you for online because you got to experience different guns and stuff, and you got to go through stuff and like, all right, this gun works this way, this flashbang works this way, and then you go on online and you understand what's happening.
Yeah,
Whereas in Battle Royales like Fortnite, like you just jump in there and you die.
Yeah, I guess that's why I don't like Battle Royales, because it is just based on grinding like the crap out of yourself, like every man for himself. But I don't mind grinding when I'm doing it with like when I'm teaming up with somebody, like when I'm doing the Flood on like Legendary,
the library from the first Halo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind doing that when I got a team behind me, and it's fun. Like, but doing it by myself and playing Battle Royale by myself and grinding until like I can get more than 2 kills. Like, come on.
If I get a kill and like 30 deaths, like that's a win for me. You know?
Yeah.
Some of these kids need to understand what it feels like to die once and get 30, or like kill once and die 30 times.
They need to realize they need to go back to a Call of Duty team, use that as their stat line, and they just get kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
For sure. So a few other like game updates. Have y'all seen the new Nintendo Fit Ring?
Yeah, that looks weird.
I think it's like the next evolution of, like Wii Fit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just recently stumbled upon it, and
it'll still be the original Wii Sports game, boxing. That kills me. Kills me every time.
So what's the point of this?
It's like okay, let me see if I can pull it up here.
Bro, it's to get fit.
Yeah, it's like it's just like the Wii Fit stuff, but just
it's with like this like band, like this ring.
Oh, that
you like squeeze it and pull it and like move with it.
So you need 2 Joy-Cons. You need one on your wrist or whatever, and you need one to hook onto this ring, and then you just go to town. And there's like yoga and dancing, all these kinds of things that you could, I guess like rowing. And I was like, actually, kind of like, I was like, dang, this is like this next step.
That trailer makes it look pretty cool. Like it's like an RPG game.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, see, check that. See, yeah, I guess
it's like juggle running. You gotta like move the ring and stuff.
Jump straight into action with quick.
I'm just waiting until they make like the Wii Fit shake weight. Then I'll get in on it.
Yeah. Oh, see, like, look, you can put the ring in your.
You have to use 2 hands.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably working on it.
Does it got like the wristband just in case I throw it?
Oh, okay. It's like this is crazy. This is crazy.
Can you imagine getting so frustrated that you weren't able to do a sit-up right, and then you just throw the ring?
It like never counts as like a sit-up for you, and you're just grinding. You're like, no.
That's what I was imagining too. Now they have a ring to throw at their freaking TV instead of like a Wii remote. And I think that shake weight probably killed it for like any other product that looks remotely like a shake weight. Like I think everyone was just generally like, yeah, let's not design anything that looks like a shake weight ever again.
The internet still brings it back to make fun of it.
It does.
Still,
the only
to this
purpose
day,
of the shake weight is to make fun of it.
So another piece of news, gaming news, I found was Golem. I don't know if you saw this, Elijah.
Oh, he's getting his own game.
Golem is getting his own game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not seen or heard of this.
Let me see what it's actually called.
I need to play those War of the Ring games, what I need to do.
Well, see, like this is what I thought when I saw Golem, the game. I can't even find it right now. That's how like low key this trailer was on IGN or something like that. Let me see, Lord of the Rings.
Real quick, there's a Lord of the Rings online MMO.
I know. I need to get on it. There used to be a Warhammer MMO, but it was so bad.
Yeah, I played the Lord of the Rings one online. It was actually pretty fun. But
yeah, I hear the Lord of the Rings one is really good. I need to try to hop on that. But
yeah, this thing is happening. It's like Lord of the Rings Gollum, and he kind of looks a little different.
Ooh. Yeah,
but I'm like, why Gollum?
Lord of the Rings Gollum is an upcoming action adventure game. It's probably it's got to be like a survival game or something where you're underneath all the goblins and stuff.
Yeah, trailer was like 2 seconds long, but I was just like, the first thing I thought was just like, why don't we just get like another, like, why don't we get a Lord of the Rings like about all of the characters that we like to play, like Legolas and Gimli and
like just remaster the Return of the King game. Like do that and you'll make $1 billion because I will play that nonstop.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they did a Golem game, so I'm kind of, I'm like, but I'm also like kind of disappointed. I'm like, dude, that's what you're working on right now, the Golem game.
I may have not seen any of the Lord of the Rings, but believe it or not, one of the first games I ever bought on PC was a Lord of the Rings game.
Really?
Like, Think of the North or something like that. I forgot what it was called. I played it. It was
Reforge Arnor, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Reforge.
It was awesome. It was a pretty good one.
Dang. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the Battlefield game, the new Battlefield game. It's rumored that they're gonna have like capabilities for 120 something people in that game.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is good because they have huge like you can use huge stages for that game. You know, like I remember for Battlefield 3 there was that one like you're in the desert and like taking over like some like oil pipeline refinery thing.
Yeah.
That game was that stage was huge.
I just don't want it to be like half done like the other stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's our rant.
Yeah, the DLC should be an afterthought. There's no reason why you should be thinking about the DLC.
Or if you're making DLC, like if you're making maps and stuff, just make it free.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you know, I don't need to pay an extra $20 to play on some maps. Like
I just paid $60 for a game, dude. Like,
yeah.
Come on,
I know, right?
Like I just bought it when it came out, man. You know, like I'm not made of money.
Oh man,
that's the thing. We need to make sure that we condition these game creators to not do that. We can't buy all this stuff and then say we don't want it.
It's like all the people that like complained about Madden and stuff. Like there were a couple that were like, "We're not playing the new Madden," and I was kind of sad because I like the stuff they do in the game. But then there are like some other just losers that are like, "Oh, I hate Madden. Oh, guys, check out my new Ultimate Team video. It's crazy." Or like, "We're playing the yard now."
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for 2K to come out with their game. It'll be better.
Yes.
Heard.
Also, Marvel's Avengers.
Avengers coming up. Yeah. I miss the. Do you remember a while back on the Xbox?
Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah. Like those were awesome. Like I was Iceman, Gambit, and then Spider-Man. Like that was my team.
That's what this game looks like. I haven't seen a lot of gameplay, but I feel like that's what this game is going for. But it wasn't too mind blowing for me. I was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
I need to see more of it though. I'll see.
I thought it looked nice. Daniel, I'll send you some pictures whenever I get it and start playing it. I'll just start recording it and send it your way. But Ultimate Alliance, we forgot to mention that. That was another like single player that you could also play co-op. Like really,
and you can play out with your buddies that are having a sleepover or whatever. You know, and you just pop that game in, get your pizza rolls, and you're good. You know, I love that game.
You can definitely have sleepovers when you're in your mid-20s. It's not unheard of. You could still have sleepovers.
Exactly. Like you know, like I remember playing that game and they got the symbiote suit for Spider-Man, and then my brother was Wolverine, I think, and then my cousin was Gambit / Iceman, and like that was our team, and we destroyed people. We destroyed the computer. Take that, AI.
See, and that way you're not actually toxic towards anyone else. You're just toxic towards the computers.
Exactly. Yeah. Which Skynet was supposed to come online 3 days ago, and it hasn't. So I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Well, it's time for some rants and recommendations, guys. We're going to get into some rants first. Take it away, Elijah.
My rant is entitled Dogs in Wet Grass. My dog Odin, who the breed of a miniature schnauzer dates back to the 1800s, 1700s, and they were for people who owned little farms. And the dog was designed to hunt vermin. It was supposed to work in tandem with like Great Danes and German Shepherds for guard duty and stuff like that. So it's supposed to be this cool, fierce dog. It touches wet grass and Odin just whines.
Oh my god!
He cries out like
him to go outside. You know, like I ain't made of puppy pads, and he knows to go outside too. Like he'll stand by the door and whine until he goes outside, and he touches grass and he's like, "Whoa, I didn't sign up for this." Like, dude, You're a dog.
Yeah.
You're like made to be out here. Like I feel like I might be spoiling him, but it's like that with most dogs. Like it's just grass, dude.
How many times has he just looked up at you and said, "Carry me, peasant"?
Oh, a couple times.
Yeah, I don't understand why we have those kind of dogs. When you look on YouTube and you see all those dogs that just like eat water and they're crazy when the water hose is going and the sprinkler's going, and then we get these dogs that are like cats and they get one little drip on them and they like freak out.
Yeah, like part of the punishment is we have a little squirt bottle. You know, and we squirt him whenever he misbehaves.
Yeah, I was about to say
that has like this disdain for water, but he loves ice cubes and stuff like that. Like,
I think we just found out the issue.
Yeah,
I think the case is solved now.
But anyways, I just entitled dogs. They need to get over themselves. It's just some grass. You know, they're gonna make it wet here in a minute, anyways.
Oh my gosh. Well, dude, that's so sorry. I have 2 rants today, dude.
Ooh,
so
Dos Mios.
Yeah, I had more, but I condensed them to 2. So there's been a lot of fan like reactions to the new Snyder Cut trailer, and we're talking like big nerd channels, you know, like the authorities of our nerd culture in YouTube and all that good stuff, right? And I understand that some people might not know exactly what's going on with what transpired with Zack Snyder's cut and all the Justice League news and all that stuff, because you know you have to follow that stuff. You got to learn it, and there's been a lot of weird news about it. And these people are authorities on it, and I feel so annoyed when these people say like random stuff to people while seeing these like new Zack Snyder trailers that are just completely like ill-informed. Like, for instance, they're watching the trailer and they're like, oh, like I wonder if they got like a better mustache CGI guy for Henry Cavill's Superman. And if you're like a true fan and an authority and like a nerd culture freaking YouTube, you would know that the only reason why they did reshoots with a mustache Superman was because there were reshoots done while he was filming Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder's stuff is not going to have any reshoot, like no reshoots, like it was already shot. I get so mad.
I thought they were reshooting some scenes. Didn't he get like 60 million to reshoot stuff?
No, he got 30 million to complete the film, including like CGI, VFX. So like updating Steppenwolf. Obviously, we saw the new Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
There are certain things like Darkseid wasn't finished.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. People were like, "Oh, Darkseid looks weird in a hood," and I'm like, "It's not Darkseid. That's his right hand man, Desaad." Like, what? Are y'all even in the like? Are y'all even nerds? Like, are y'all even?
It's like I hate when people do like Warhammer 40K lore and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, let's just do this," and I'm like, "No, you can't do that. It specifically says this. Like, you can't do that."
Yeah. Like the Angry Joe guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. There's like people like, there's just so many people that just like don't know anything about it, and they're still spreading like weird information. And these are people that are like, we're saying that the Snyder Cut was like a unicorn. It's never gonna happen. It's a pipe dream. And I just hate seeing. I look at reactions and stuff because I like, you know, people getting hype and stuff, but there's just some people, man, that just don't know what the heck they're talking about, and there's are supposed authorities. Anyways, my other rant is strawberries suck. They don't stay fresh that long. They're worse than avocados. Freaking suck. Strawberries. All right, go for it.
I always get strawberries, and like by the time I take them home, they're just covered in black mold. I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah, they look great like 2 seconds before you check out. It's like, what the heck, dude? All right, I'm done.
Dude, our FBI agent has been listening because I've been getting like ads on YouTube for like the Wonder Woman trailers and like anything that happened during fandom. And I was watching some videos, and there were people like outside of the DC fandom commenting like, and it kind of annoyed me a little bit, commenting saying like, why do we need another one? Why do we need another Justice League? Like, why? There's no point. Like. And that I can't say I'm like a huge DC fan. Like I'm just now getting into it a little bit more because of you guys.
Yeah.
But like, why question it? Like, why take that away from the DC fandom? You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit because like you've been following the trailers for 2 seconds. These guys have been following it since they knew Batman was going to happen. Like, shut up.
Dude, that's literally been happening since 2017, dude.
Yeah, it's like
it's annoying, bro.
It's crazy how many of these have been popping up more and more, but
yeah,
it's awesome. I'm glad y'all are getting Snyder's Cut, and I'll definitely be one of those guys to watch it. So
yeah, for sure.
My rant is going to be groups of college student going to the gym at the same time.
Oh.
Now, lately, it's school is back in session. We have all these college kids coming in, and they're finally getting back to school. With that being said, they're also going back to the gym. When I go to the gym in the morning, there's like several groups of 4 just going through these workouts, and they're working out. That's all you need to work out with like your friends. Like, do it, be awesome.
Yeah.
But don't take an hour on one machine when I'm trying to get into that machine. When I have to wait for 4 people to finish 4 sets each a minute, it was just got so frustrating.
Just say that you're a senior for Beta Sigma Psi, and you're gonna report them, and they'll clean house.
Yeah. I don't know how I would be able to spend that much time at the gym. Like even with 2 people, it doubles your workout. You know,
you can't get a quality workout in.
Yeah, like, it doubles the time you're there.
Yeah. Unless like one person is doing one thing and another person is doing another, that's fine. But
yeah,
like one person and 3 others are waiting for that one person to finish.
Yeah, that's horrible, dude.
Also, last time I was complaining about college kids, my mom really enjoyed mentioning that I sound like an old person complaining about young people.
Yeah, that's all our rant is, just old people rants. Cool.
All right, what we got for recommendations?
Into some recommendations.
All right, well, tomorrow is the unofficial first day of fall. I'm very much hype. I already bought some pumpkin spice coffee. And I am going to wear a scarf tomorrow. I don't care. Fight me.
Wow.
It's actually, but this is a great time because my favorite kind of beer comes out, which is pumpkin beer. Like, that's what beer was put on this earth for, is pumpkin beer. It's the greatest thing ever. But there's also another kind of beer called Oktoberfest. It's a Southern German Bavarian style beer. It's delicious. And so I had one a couple days ago from Shiner that I haven't had, and it was really good. So my recommendation is go try these Oktoberfest beers, and see what you think if you're a beer person. They're so good.
Nice. I haven't had beer in so long, dude.
Yeah.
And Blue Moon does a really good one. The cinnamon horchata beer, like during the fall.
Yeah, they have horchata beer, and then they do a pumpkin wheat beer, which I don't mind wheat beer. I like wheat beer, but it's just Blue Moon. It's just gross. But I am gonna try it though.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna try that pumpkin one. My quest is to find the 20 pounds of pumpkin Sam Adams, which I always hear about it. I've never found it. So
cool. Mine's actually going to be about Buc-ee's. I tried they have a new pulled pork sandwich there, which is very similar to their brisket sandwich, but it was actually really delicious, and also had a brisket sandwich. So I just missed Buc-ee's. It's been a while since I traveled, so we got that on this weekend, and it was freaking delicious, dude.
Heard
Buc-ee's, dude.
Val went to Buc-ee's and got some watermelon rings, and they were delicious. And then she got an A&M shirt, and then she got coasters, A&M, and
oh my gosh.
And then but she's like, but I got you something too, and I was like, oh gosh,
treat yourself. Dude.
She got a shirt that's like it's like a Buc-ee's Halloween themed shirt that glows in the dark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty. My recommendation is a podcast. It's a podcast shout out to 90s Court podcast. So they kind of format it to where it's 2 people. And they format it to where one person is debating one thing and the other person is debating another. It's typically things in the same bracket, but it's 90s related. The episode that I listened to was Tommy Boy versus Billy Madison, and I absolutely love Billy Madison. So listening to that debate and then like them reference or the girl reference Billy Madison for an hour was pretty fun. They usually start with like announcements the first half of the episode and then get into it. But yeah, definitely check them out. They're pretty awesome.
Cool, man. That's tight.
Awesome. So, that brings us to the conclusion of this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing. Keep listening. Definitely stay tuned for next episode. We're going to deep dive into something pretty cool. So you'll enjoy it. But yeah, that's been another episode of the Thought Arcade.
Bye.